Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel, the Angels of Alchemy. I'm Dee Grewal, Psychic Medium and Angelic Channel. And this is going to be the midweek check-in for the collective, kind of focusing on the energies that we're in right now, the rest of the week, and kind of into the weekend. I wanted to check in with you guys, especially as we have so much going on. And I do feel that there's been a theme within the readings, and kind of all the signs seem to be in the same place, and the energies have been quite intense at the moment, and they're going to continue to be. In fact, the weekend feels quite testy, all right, with some of the alignments that are coming into play. So therefore, that's why I wanted to kind of reach out and do this reading. But also, before I even jump into the reading, I wanted to talk about something. And for those of you who are light workers, I'm sure that you can understand and feel just as passionately as I do about this. Some of you may not even have an awareness, because I didn't really know until today. You know, some of the energy that we have in play right now is that Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. And you'll have noticed that over the years we've been having a lot of natural earth catastrophes. And, you know, this energy of Uranus in Taurus is kind of really focusing on that. I think we can't remain sleeping to what's going on around us. All right, and that's what the Great Awakening is about. We can sleep no longer to what is unfolding before us. And, you know, those of you who are light workers, we've come here for the purpose of healing. We've come here to bring awareness to things that aren't right, and bring awareness to the fact that, you know, healing is needed in the world. Healing is needed for Earth, for Gaia, for Mother Earth. And, you know, so with that being said, you know, there's been these horrible fires in the Amazon, and this has been going on in the Amazon rainforest for about 16 days. Now, you'll see a lot of media coverage about everything else, but nobody's actually talked about the fact that these fires are blazing and destroying one of the largest world's ecosystems. And I think that this is huge. It's absolutely devastating to think what's happening and unfolding, and how many people are sleeping. So, you know, although I'm on to do this reading for the collective, I'm so much more than that. I'm somebody who, I am a light worker, and I do believe in healing. I love Mother Earth. I feel that we need to come together and we need to focus on healing the planet. I'm a big person on you know, environmental safety. You know, taking care of our planet is very, very important, especially for the future. If we continue to live as we've been living and turn a blind eye to what's unfolding before us, this planet is not going to last. And so you know, I really felt guided by the angels when I found this out today. One, to jump on and do this read, but two, to bring awareness to the fact that, you know, look at what's happening, right? And it's interesting, because when you had the fires happening with the cathedral in France, you know, the Cathedral of Notre Dame, there was awareness. It was all over the media. You had billionaires coming out to help rebuild, and yet there's no billionaires now. There's nobody that's even talking about it or really bringing awareness to it, nor has there been any kind of news coverage on this, and that's very sad to me. You know, so I am bringing awareness to that, because I do feel passionate about it. And there might be those of you who aren't interested in learning about that, then perhaps my channel isn't for you. But I'm somebody who speaks of truth, and I speak of love, and I speak of light, and I speak about things like this, and things that I feel passionate about. I care very much for our planet. I care for the animals on this planet and all living beings. And so in that way, I've done a prayer asking for healing and honestly to help for the fires to be put out. And so I ask you to also please join me in prayers, you know, because, and put the awareness out as well. You know, the only way, don't think that you don't have a voice. I think sitting back and thinking that you don't have a voice, it's just not good enough anymore. And ultimately, you do have a voice. And the more of us that come together, you know, with the same purpose, there's so much more that we can do in numbers. So in that way, I'm asking you to join me in prayers. There is huge healing in the power of numbers and with prayer. You know, don't think that prayers don't work. And, you know, when you have so many people praying for the same thing with the same purpose, I can guarantee you that, you know, it does work. It does help. So don't think you don't have a voice. Don't think that you can't help. You can. And really, I'm you know, I'm not going to go on and on about it, but, you know, I felt passionately about it, and I wanted to bring it into awareness. It really bothers me. It hurts me to see where we're at as a collective, and how little people do care about our environment and our planet and the animals, you know. So I wanted to talk about that. So now, with that being said, real quick, you can find me on Facebook at Dee Grewal, Psychic Medium and Angelic Channel, as well as on Instagram at the Angels of Alchemy. And you can visit my website at healingwithheaven.com. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be doing a demonstration of mediumship in New York City on Saturday, September 28th. You can find that information on my Facebook as well as on my Instagram page. This is an event where I will be in service to spirit for the public, okay? So you can purchase tickets for that. And I will be connecting to loved ones and pets that have crossed over into spirit. So if you want information about that, you can also email me. And all of that information, as far as my email, my website, that's in the description box below. So let's go ahead and move into this reading. I've gone ahead and shuffled and already pulled cards, okay? And I have been meditating on the energy some. I do get the feeling that over the next few days, the energy is going to be quite intense. Going into the weekend especially, there's a lot highlighting around communication and the need to ground ground your energy and bringing grounding into situations. So I always start with the Moonology deck because I kind of want to know what part the moon's going to be playing. And so right now we have new moon in Taurus. We will have a new moon, I believe, it's coming up next week. But this is the new moon in Taurus. So this says prosperity lies ahead. When I looked at this card, the first thing that I got was, again, here we have that major earth energy coming through. So there's a definite need to ground yourself and to ground energy. And I feel like the more you ground yourself, yes, prosperity lies ahead, but this is so much more than that. There's a need to ground situations around you that you're involved in as well. And the other card that I pulled, again, the new moon card. And so this is speaking about the new that's coming in, but it's going to be a result of grounding energy that's coming in. I also feel like, so we do have some Taurus energy at play right now, okay? And so that energy is starting to ground things as well. You do have new moon in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and you have communication is key. So what I'm finding here is that there's situations that need to be grounded in regards to communication. Now, perhaps some of you need to have conversation, okay, in regards to career. Okay, you might have some opportunities coming in, but communication is key. Perhaps you're getting an opportunity that doesn't really meet your needs, and there's a need to speak up. Ultimately, what I'm getting also is this energy that we're in is really about honoring and speaking your truth. So I'm definitely getting a sense of feeling not only grounding, standing your ground, speaking your truth, asking for what you want, and not just, you know, allowing things to just happen the way they happen. But if there's something that doesn't feel right for you, if your needs aren't being met a certain way, then you need to communicate that. Okay, I'm definitely feeling that that's going to be coming up here. There is a sense, I feel like you need to watch with emotions this weekend as well, and kind of, you know, move away from argumentative energy. This isn't the time to do that. You can say what you need to say and not be in, you know, fighting or arguing. There's a way to speak, right? So that I'm definitely feeling is coming up here. I do feel that there's a need to find balance within communication. This means that you need to also be willing to listen to what others have to say. This isn't just about you speaking your mind and speaking your truth. This is also about you listening to what others are saying, and let it be a mutual back and forth conversation. To really try to see things from other people's perspective as well as your own. And this really comes into the play of accepting people for who they are. You can't force people to act and be a certain way. It's when you have these expectations and attachments that you need to behave in this way, blah, 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 then ultimately you have this high expectation, and that's when people will start to resist, and there will be that argumentative energy. So don't be pushy is the sense and feeling I'm also getting here. So we do have positive movement forward, and we do have, this card came up I believe in the general reads and in a lot of the readings for this week. You have positive movement forward, and you have the 8, and look what you pulled here. We again have accelerated motion. So things, the way the energy is right now, if things previously felt very stagnant to you, things are going to speed up. Where it concerned your finances, if you were having difficulty with your finances previously and finding a balance within them, things are going to start moving forward positively in regards to that, in regards to career and stability. But what I'm also getting here is that you're leaving something behind. There's something that you're leaving behind that you're having to, it's not serving you, because although there's positive movement forward, there's water here. So there are some kind of emotions that are kind of coming up to the surface at this time. Although the sun is here, so there's this shedding of this light that is guiding you and moving you forward. And yes, things are moving very quickly. This is why it's also important to make sure you're focusing only on those thoughts, feelings and emotions that are positive. If something negative is coming up for you, I wouldn't focus on manifesting that day. You know, clear your energy, ground your energy, and then focus on manifesting. But hold your thoughts in the highest possible vibration that you can. Replace your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. When you have 8, so number 1, the 8 is about infinity. But this is the card of abundance. Okay, blessings from the universe, abundance, success, prosperity, and things of that nature. You then have truth. So I feel like you're also moving forward. You're in this place of learning the truth about some type of situation that's unfolding for you right now. Perhaps what you were seeing wasn't really the case. I feel like there was a veil of illusion for some of you, and now you're starting to see the truth of the situation. You're also starting to see that you can't continue moving the way that you've been moving. It's almost like what's been stagnant, where the energy hasn't been working, where you've been butting heads, you know, where you've been imposing what you want on others and not necessarily accepting them for who they are. And perhaps they can't give you that, or perhaps those situations aren't for you, right? But what it is that you're starting to see the truth. The more you move forward, you know, you're going to be moving forward because of truth and things coming to light, okay? Things are going to come into balance because you're learning truth. This is also about secrets being revealed. I feel like what was previously in the dark, you know, there's a shedding of light, okay? You're starting to see things for what they truly are. you also know that the only way to really move through this is moving forward. So we're leaving things behind that aren't serving us here. So there's some kind of truth that's coming in over the next few days. This could be a personal epiphany that you're going through, as well as this could be some kind of truth that you're finding out with people, with a person, with whoever it is. I feel like there's something that's been brought to light, okay? Something that's been holding you back up to this point. I also feel that it's blocking you from receiving the abundance that you deserve to receive, because sometimes we won't go to that next chapter. We won't get in. That includes in all areas of our life, until we acknowledge and let things go that aren't serving us. Okay, so let me give you an example. You could be in a situation, romantic partnership or relationship. It's not working for you. You've been trying to make it work, and you've been repeating the same cycle and over and over, and yet you're holding on to something, but perhaps the love is just changed. Like you know, perhaps you're seeing through a veil of illusion, and you know, it's not honoring your authentic truth. The person that you're with isn't for you because whatever the reason is, you hanging on to that can still be a block for you with prosperity in your finances, because you're not honoring your authentic truth. So I almost feel like once you let something go that's not serving you, because you see the truth of a situation, abundance is naturally going to open up. Abundance isn't just, and prosperity, you know, it's not just about the monetary. It's not just about finances. It's so much more than that, right? Abundance is so much more than that. So I feel like this is in many areas, okay? For some of you, it's going to be in jobs that you've been kind of sitting in that haven't been serving you. For others of you, there's going to be relationships, okay? Some of you need to get honest with yourself about what it is that you really want, have an honest conversation with yourself, and then move forward in that way. So you also have here, prosperity begins, okay? So you do have two cards of prosperity, but you're going to see the truth of why prosperity is also being blocked for you, okay? This is about, are you a block in receiving abundance because you choose to see yourself a certain way? Perhaps you've gotten into the habit of having very negative thoughts about abundance and prosperity, and so you've created blocks within your finances through that. So it's like seeing the truth of what role you also play, okay? But I do get the sense and feeling like luck and blessings are on the way in that way, okay? You then have, let's see over here. Highlighting positive movement forward. You have faith and renewal. So again, this does tell me, you know, what are your thoughts about? This is a rebirth, okay? You're moving into a new chapter in your life. This is about you trusting the universe is supporting you. Look at her holding, there's new beginnings. It's almost like she's holding it against her stomach. You know, you also have the power to create miracles and blessings in your life with your thought process. You're going through a renewal. You're starting a new chapter in your life, moving away from those things that don't serve you. So I do get the sense and feeling that there's some challenging energy that's coming in, that's kind of testing your faith through this week and also into the weekend here. But you need to trust and have faith that the direction that you're going in is the right direction, because ultimately this is leading you to where you need to be. Underneath accelerated motion, it's like things are going to speed up when you release the anxiety, release the worry, release the fear, let it go. When you're in fear, it's the ego getting in the way, preventing you from moving forward. It's really out of fear that you have this, like, you're not seeing things clearly. There's great blessings once you release, once you let go. And things will move very, very quickly for you. You have the card of impartiality. So this is about you looking at situations and not viewing them as good or bad. Instead, looking at things and seeing them as, yes, like they've been life experiences. You've learned something from each situation that's unfolded. And also, this is about you coming into balance, you know, by releasing, coming into balance, not looking at what's unfolding as good or bad, trusting, believing, having faith, and coming into balance, not seeing things as good or bad, but simply as an experience in your life that you've had, right? And not holding on to the past here as well. And as you let go and you allow yourself to come into balance, it's like you're starting to, there's a big truth that's being revealed to you. And I think you're really in a place of seeing the role that you have played. Very reflective energy coming through over the next few days, and especially into the weekend. All right, where simply allow yourself to detach from any emotions really of the past, and really whatever's coming up for you, bless it. You know, and see, when you have the emotions that are coming up that are feeling negative to you, it's coming up because it's an attachment. So stepping back and not have it be an attachment, and instead observing the feeling that's coming up. Why is it coming up for me? And acknowledging it in a different way. This has been a grand journey for you. And it's almost like you're at a standstill with your journey right now. Because there's a, you know, what I'm getting from this, you have truth being highlighted by quest and impasse. It's like you're at a pause in your journey, or a standstill in your journey, because in some ways there's a refusal of seeing the truth. You need to see the truth of a situation, right? So I feel like you're in this new kind of like, you're in this new phase of the next part of your journey almost, but you need to acknowledge and accept the truth that's coming up. It's almost as things aren't going to move until you acknowledge what you need to. You can't go to the next step until you've addressed what you needed to in this step, here in the now. And then you really have 3 cards of prosperity, which is beautiful. But this is also about, how, you know, what part are you playing in receiving abundance? Is there an equal give and take with you? Because sometimes, you know, if you're out of balance with giving and receiving, then you're going to create a block with your abundance. So you need to look at that. And also, how are you viewing, you know, abundance and prosperity and success? Are you constantly focused on I don't have, I don't have, I don't have? Or are you someone that wakes up with gratitude and is like, you know what, I'm blessed, I'm extremely abundant, you know, and looks at things from a completely different perspective? See here, he's in this place of anxiety. All right? Worrying about his home and his finances. And it's like you're giving this worry, you're giving your power over to worry and anxiety, whereas you could be focusing on gratitude and focusing on how abundantly blessed you truly are and what you have right before you in front of your eyes now. And having gratitude for that. Appreciation. So, you know, and what is the truth about how you're spending your money as well? I feel that's coming up. There's a lot of truth coming up about the part that you play in the situations that are unfolding. Because it's not that the universe is doing it to you or God's doing it to you. You know, this is, what part are you playing? Everything is energy. What thoughts are you projecting out there? Now again, so highlighting positive movement forward is the Chariot. So this is about you. This is the universe giving you a push to move forward. There's a need to leave something behind. All right? There's this, you're getting this push from the universe to move forward here. Sometimes this could be a message coming from afar, something coming towards you, but I'm really feeling that this is you moving ahead. You've got two cards, really, to have the Chariot underneath positive movement forward, and this renewal. It's like things coming into balance, and you beginning this new quest, this new journey on your path. But you need to have faith. And then you have another card of moving away from what no longer serves you. So you've got the Chariot pushing you. Then you've got the Six of Blades. This is leaving something behind. Okay? You're taking a leap and moving forward. You have the Six of Blades, which is the Six of Swords. Moving away from everything that is toxic and held you back up to this point. Okay? Moving towards a brighter tomorrow. Well, there's something that we need to let go of here for sure, definitely. And here's the Star, highlighting the truth, quest, impasse. This is the universe shedding light and also bringing gifts and blessings. And it's like, you know, what was previously hidden is now being revealed. This is about what is astrologically playing out as well. How the signs are getting you to a place of seeing the truth about yourself, seeing the truth within situations, the parts that you've played, loving and accepting yourself, and moving away from those things that you've kind of been resisting letting go of. And here's the universe saying, okay, I'm going to shed the light now. And there's great blessings here. Okay? The star's shining and there's blessings coming. There are gifts coming from the universe. Truth, you know, it's like the sword of truth and is being like highlighted here. Truth in situations. Okay, you're going to get the clarity that you've been seeking. Which is ultimately bringing you to new beginnings, solid foundation for your future, stability. You have the Ace of Coins, highlighting prosperity and abundance. You can't make this up. Ace of Coins is about new beginnings and stability in finances, abundance, success, prosperity. The projects that you've been working on, bringing, you know, abundance to you. Whatever you've been applying yourself towards, the hard work that you've been putting in is about to pay off. Okay, the star's bringing gifts. So this star is bringing gifts and blessings as well. The things are starting to become aligned. What was previously not aligned is now becoming aligned. But it's because you're having to take that leap of faith. You have to move forward. You can't look back. The past is done. You can't change it. But here it is, the Ace of Coins, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Highlighting the Chariot, thinker. It's like you need to get out of your head right now. Now what's interesting is, let's see, 4/4 is the number of the angels. Okay, I do get you're getting support from the angelic realm, but this is coming up. This is about your stability and your foundation. Okay, the 4 is about stability and foundation, and you're really in your head right now about what you need to do. But you're being guided. Be ready for something big. Take a leap of faith. Get ready, because something's big is happening here. So you have 48 here, okay? You've got stability and abundance. 4 is about stability. 8 is looking at abundance. But this is about you getting out of your head, taking a leap of faith, and get ready for something new. Be ready. trusting in the universe, knowing that you're going to be supported. Okay, highlighting accelerated motion and release and impartiality, as well as Six of Blades. You have mending. I get the sense and feeling that for those of you who have been having difficulties with others, are you investing your time in something that just isn't going to be? Are you investing time in something because you're just not seeing the truth of what it truly is? Does it honor your authentic truth? So I get the sense and feeling, some of you, it's about releasing certain things within partnerships, relationships, people that's not serving you, right? On the other hand, there's this whole other aspect of mending, I get the sense and feeling, mending your relationship with yourself, mending your relationship with others, having communication. You tend to have the card of communication, expressing your thoughts, feelings, and desires, right? Being honest about what you're feeling, having a conversation, whether or not that conversation, I do get the sense and feeling that once you have this conversation, you can move forward. It's almost like not wanting to speak your truth, not saying what you need to say, and that's holding you back from moving forward. But you clearly have, you know, for some of you, it's taking the initiative. Be the first person to say what you need to say and get it out. You know, there's a couple of different scenarios I'm feeling here. For others of you, it's having that conversation because you've had this realization of truth, and perhaps what you thought you wanted isn't what you want. So you're mending your relationship with others, but having communication with and getting your thoughts, feelings out so that you can let go and you can move forward. So for some of you, there is going to be communication with somebody else because you have message in a bottle. That is necessary so that you can move forward, so you can have this mending, so that there can be healing between you and whoever it is, whether it be a partner, a loved one. So for some of you, there's going to be some kind of communication that is then going to allow you to take that next step and move forward. But be ready, you know, and some of you are just going to make a choice that you're just going to leave this behind now. You want to move forward. Don't hold yourself back. It feels emotional to me, whatever this communication is. For others of you, I feel like you need to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that are around you about healing, about mending, about communication, okay? Some of you are getting messages and coming in from spirit and your guides, and they're trying to show you. What's interesting here is you have 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is about having the Midas touch. You know, 7 is good luck, harmony. Okay, having the Midas touch, and then you got 5, 6. When I connect to the 6, for me, it definitely highlights relationships, and there seems to be, I connect it kind of with nostalgia as well. So something from your past, I get the sense and feeling here. This is also about how you communicate with yourself. Be ready. I do get the sense and feeling that some of you, there's somebody moving towards you that wishes to have communication, and for others of you, you're moving away from something after having communication. So like I said, there's a couple of different scenarios here. But this is about getting honest with yourself. So highlighting truth in a star card, you have regeneration. I do get the sense and feeling that what is it that you're loyal to? Are you being loyal to yourself and your heart? If you calculate the 4 and the 6, this is a 10. So this is an ending of a cycle, and there's a rebirth here. Some of you, this can be renewal within a relationship, somebody you already know, okay? But this is asking you to look at, what are you loyal to? And is what you're loyal to you as well? Is the situation that you're investing your time in really worth it? Are you getting equal give and take. Are you in a place where you feel happy and content? Or are you settling in situations that aren't serving you? You have another 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 3 8s. That's 8, 8, 8. Abundance, success, and prosperity. This is also about you committing to those things that you love and feel passionate about. This is about you being loyal to you, loving you, making yourself a priority. So the universe is saying to you, you need to get honest about what it is that you want. Are the things that you're working towards worth this time and energy? So I feel like you're discovering the truth. You're going through this rebirth of what is very important to you and what's not. And what you've invested your time in, is it really worth it? I feel like you're going through this place of reviewing, reevaluating. Definitely get the sense and feeling this is in regards to relationships, projects, things that you've been working towards, dedicating time. Perhaps they haven't worked out as you'd hoped. Perhaps they haven't unfolded as you had hoped. But the universe is like, you've been in this period of rebirth, reinventing yourself. And now perhaps what you wanted before isn't in alignment with you. Because you're not the person that you were before. Okay? Ultimately, highlighting prosperity, abundance, the Ace of Coins, happy, happy. This is new beginnings. You have another 8, 6, 7, 8. Again, wow, 8, 8. 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 8s so far. And you have an 8 on this card. So this really is prosperous, brand new beginnings. Luck, abundance, success, your happiness and joy, the things that you've been working towards. Because you're releasing what's no longer serving you, things are coming into alignment. There's abundance and success, what you truly deserve. And then we have highlighting positive movement forward, meditation for peace and serenity. You need to detach. I get the sense and feeling that don't overwhelm yourself this weekend. Take a time out, be with yourself, allow yourself to get into meditation so that you can think clearly and get out of this anxiety energy and instead allow yourself to come into a place of peace and serenity. Highlighting acceleration movement forward. You have, and the 6 of Blades. You're going through a major transformation and change at the moment. Okay, again, this is about a rebirth. There's many things that are unfolding, okay? And some of it might feel challenging, you might feel emotional, but it's positive. It's a necessary transformation. So you have the truth, right? Again, so what I said to you, speak your mind. This is about you speaking your mind with others, asking for what you want. People aren't going to just read your mind. Honoring your authentic truth. You know, communicating and asking people for what you want. Saying your piece. And saying it from a place of love, though, but also accepting people, whether or not they agree with you, whether or not they want the same thing as you. But you speaking your truth, regardless of what the outcome's going to be. Getting clear, getting honest. This is also about speaking truth to yourself. And that's highlighting the Truth card, the Quest, the Impasse, Regeneration, Loyal Heart, and the Star card. So definitely, this is a time where you're getting honest with yourself. You're seeing things clearly, and that's because the universe is shedding that light. Things are being illuminated, okay? So the energy that we're in, there's some kind of truth that you're going to learn, I feel like, over the next kind of few days. This could be an epiphany that you're having within yourself. Or this could be something that you need to know within a situation that's going to be shed and brought to light. And really make the move. Like, If there's some kind of communication that you're wanting to have with somebody else and you've not had it, there's almost like, be bold, be the first one to make that move. Close out a chapter that feels stagnant. But it's time for you to move forward. There's a new beginning on the horizon. Don't block yourself from receiving these gifts from the universe. And it's beautiful, highlighting the Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, abundance, and happy. You have follow your dreams. This is about your dreams coming true. Moving towards what it is that you really want. Getting honest with yourself and saying, you know what? I thought I wanted this, or do I really want this? What is it that you truly want? Move towards your true desires. Allow your heart to guide you. And ultimately, this is a rebirth, a reinvention of you that's bringing amazing new opportunities and beginnings. And everything that you've gone through, it's like you're leaving this emotion behind. There's joy to be had. Look at the dolphins playing in the background. There's birth. Look at the little baby turtles here. And look at the strength and the resilience you now have because of everything that you've been through. And it's due to your strength and resilience and perseverance. You're getting through this with success. Your wishes, your desires are coming into fruition here. But be willing to take a leap of faith and move away from those things that just are not serving you. So lastly, I've pulled the Ganesh cards and asked him for some messages of guidance, okay? So we have inner knowing. You need to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition and trust the guidance that you're receiving. I feel like you know where you need to move. You know that next step. You have so many 8s. Here's another 8. You've got a 17 that breaks down to an 8. So there are really beautiful blessings and abundance coming in. You need to trust the guidance that you're receiving. You know, don't resist. What you resist will persist. And just move forward now. Okay, you're being supported because you also have divine support here. And you have another 48. We had another card that had 48. Here's another 48. So you might want to look up the spiritual significance to 48. But again, what I see here, you know, the 4 is about stability and the 8 is about abundance, success, prosperity. It's also infinity. It's a sacred number. But here you're getting the support. Ganesh is the one that removes obstacles and challenges from the path. And he's coming through to let you know that you're divinely supported on your path. Trust, believe, and have faith. So then you have joy. This is also about the truth of who you really are is that you are the vibration of joy. You are the vibration of love. You are the vibration of peace. Okay? All these are your real vibration. You are the vibration of this joy. Okay? When you fall into the lower vibration, you're out of alignment. And in order to speed up manifestation, focus on the joy. Be playful. Find that lighter side in life. Connect to that inner child within and approach life, you know, with that childlike wonder. Everything that you're going through right now, here you go, is bringing, this breaks down to a 5. You got 23. Okay, 5 is about changes. So you're going through major changes, but these changes needed to happen so that you could take your power back, so you could believe in yourself. Okay, so you're being empowered right now. This is about your solar plexus chakra, taking back your power. Where have you been giving your power away? it's about healing that chakra as well. So if you're in situations where you've been giving your power away to other people by refusal of not seeing the truth, well, here it is. Ganesh is saying to you, take your power back. It's time for you to trust, believe, and have faith in yourself. Be empowered. You're stronger than you think. And lastly, you have another 6. This, ultimately, everything that's been happening, okay, this story that's been unfolding for you, this journey, this quest that you've been on, and this new chapter that's unfolding is ultimately bringing you to wholeness. You're becoming wholeness in the truth of who you are. You know, there's wholeness in the truth of who you are. You're seeing the truth of who you are. This is about healing your heart, coming into alignment with your soul, your spirit, coming into balance as a whole completely, which is ultimately bringing you all these beautiful blessings in your life: abundance, success, prosperity, fulfillment, joy, happiness, peace, positive relationships, divine union if you're single out there, partnerships and relationships that are fulfilling because you've become whole as a person now. You're not going to attract what you've previously attracted in relationships because they were bringing you to wholeness. But this is you coming into alignment with who you are now, coming into a place of wholeness. And so you're going to attract someone who's also equal in that. Definitely feeling divine union here. So, you know, I get the sense and feeling that there's testing energy this weekend, emotional energy a little bit, okay? But you need to just kind of nurture yourself through this as well. I feel like you need to love and nurture yourself. And I suggest grounding your energy, going outside, connecting in nature, doing things that are gentle for you, for yourself, and really going into a place of meditation, getting honest with yourself about what it is that you want and how it, you know, can you see yourself in the situations that you're in now? Do you think they're really going to work out, or that they're meant to, or are you just putting this, you know, mask on and you're kind of seeing things from a veil of illusion and not getting honest about what's not working in your life because you fear what the future's going to bring? So know that you're not alone. So many of us are going through changes and transformations. You know, definitely what's helped me this year is kind of loving, nurturing myself, focusing on me, making myself a priority, meditating, going out in nature, walking, exercising, because everything's about me this year, hugely. I've had some huge lessons that have transformed me over the years. I'm not the same person that I was 10, 15 years ago. There's been a huge transformation that's been unfolding, and this year significantly. And, you know, it's been so blessed because ultimately I've, you know, allowed myself to go with the flow rather than resist it. And I'm allowing things to unfold as they need to, and not resisting the things that are coming up, having honest communication with myself. And I'm moving away from those things that don't serve me, that aren't a part of my path anymore, that aren't helping me on my path. And I focus on gratitude every morning. So, you know, really, really going within and connecting with me. That's been the focus, and that's helped me tremendously. And in all honesty, I feel like all these energies that we've been in have been fantastic. They've been a huge blessing. And because I've been focused on just doing the work. So, you know, go with the flow. Don't resist. Because the other thing here is that, you know, the place that we're in right now, what isn't of truth, whether or not you choose to acknowledge it and accept it, or you continue to live in this illusion, at some point, the universe is going to make the changes happen. So changes will happen regardless. Some things aren't in our control. You know, you have to let go and have faith. So real quick, for those of you who have subscribed to my channel, Thank you so, so much. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Those of you who are new to my channel, if the messages resonate, please remember to give me a thumbs up and like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Those of you who are already subscribed, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the actual videos. And again, you know, just a reminder, please join me in prayers for the fires that are consuming the Amazon, you know, the rainforest. It's so sad what's unfolding here. And, you know, we are the light, and we have more power than we realize, and we have the ability to bring healing, and awareness is everything. So get sharing, people, and, you know, join me in healing and prayers, as there's power in numbers. I'm wishing you a blessed and beautiful rest of the week. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back to do your reads over the weekend. God bless. Namaste.